Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Before we dive into today's subject matter, which is an actual doozy, I know there's quite a few new people to this show, so I just want to say welcome and thank you for trusting me to share with you some crazy, wild, and outrageous stories. And also, if you want to get to know more about me, who I am as a person, and why I do this show, for example, I actually wrote a book. It's called The Path of an Eagle: How to Overcome and Lead After Being Knocked Down, and it's available. Links are in the show description. I also did the audio book. I narrated it. So if you guys can put up with my voice on this show, you can also put up with my voice reading my own book. It's quite the read. It's not too long. I made it so that it would be somewhat of an easy read for people and an enjoyable one at that, because, well, let's be honest, I love stories. This wouldn't be called a story box if we wouldn't be telling stories all the time, good or bad. And I share a lot of my own personal stories in my book. So do yourself a favor and go and get yourself a copy if you want. Links are available in the show description. All right, my friends, today we're going to be talking about a crazy story of a trans R-wordist, Ilsa Bryson, who has decided to launch some vicious verbal attacks on J.K. Rowling from prison. This is the dude that is launching the vicious verbal attacks to J.K. Rowling in prison. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? So this actual R-wordist is convicted and sent to prison. And, well, prison's not enough. This person's not actually learning that, hey, we shouldn't be R-wording people, or we shouldn't be doing vicious verbal attacks to the likes of J.K. Rowling in prison. Nah, not learning my lesson. I'm going to still attack J.K. Rowling in prison. Double R-wordist. So it's not bad enough. You're one, you've doubled it. Double R-wordist. I shouldn't be laughing, guys, but this person deserves to be in prison. Okay. Ilsa Bryson, a trans individual, it's a biological dude, has launched a vicious verbal attack on J.K. Rowling over transgender rights. Dear, oh dear. The sex offender branded the Harry Potter author pathetic and backed under fire Edinburgh R-wordist crisis centre for employing a trans-identifying man as CEO. Like, you are labeling J.K. Rowling pathetic, yet you're sitting in a prison cell for a double R word. Who's the pathetic one here, mate? I think you should be very, very careful with your words. In letters to the Sunday Mail, Bryson, a biological male who transitioned to still being a biological dude, but choosing to identify as being a woman, after being accused of the R word, rants that Rowling is narrow-minded. Clearly, she's narrow-minded, mate. That's why you're sitting in a prison cell and she ain't. Yes. The 32-year-old born Adam Graham said, "Why should a trans woman be treated as a man because you are a man in prison when we are women?" You're trying to find this great loophole that biological men have actually found, believe it or not, but it doesn't seem to be working for you. At least I hope that it's not working for you, because, mate, you're a man. And you are an R-wordist, a double R-wordist. How about that? You should not be getting any of the female treatments because, mate, got to protect the females. You're the one that decided to R-word two of them. That's what landed you in prison in the first place. But this person wants to find another loophole, an escape route, as it were, to continue doing what he's known as, or what he's good at, I guess you could say, R-wording women. Fact, no matter what anyone else says, these people are just narrow-minded who don't even like themselves. People like J.K. Rowling are sad and pathetic. I do feel sorry for J.K. Rowling. Her books are crap and her movies are too. Well, it's your personal opinion, mate. I happen to think that they're great. She is a billionaire after all because of those books. So it's funny how you're sitting in a prison cell and this is actually becoming a story in the first place because you decided to attack J.K. Rowling. And I think it's like the irony of it all. You are in a prison cell for a double R word, and yet you decide to attack one of the most famous authors of all time because you claim to be a woman, but you're actually not. So I think some people need to be told when to shut the hell up. And I think this is one of those times. Shut up, do your time, and don't go after people like J.K. Rowling who are doing amazing things. Clear? Hopefully. The Millionaire wrote, and women's rights campaign has fought to protect single-sex spaces, jails, and R-word centres. Rowling has held a long-standing interest in women's rights and has been a vocal critic in the worldwide debate against claims that sex is not defined by biology and that each person has the right to choose their gender. Harry Potter creator, 59, who lives in Edinburgh, has also been fiercely outspoken against the Scottish government's gender reform plans, arguing the proposals would have infringed on women's safety. You have a biological dude sitting in a prison cell at the moment who thinks that he's a woman and he's being convicted of a double R word, but wants to go in a female prison because he identifies as what? That is just putting the lives of women at risk. Big time. In April, Rowling was cleared of breaching hate crime laws, which came into force on April 1st after the author described several transgender women, including transgender campaigners and convicted sex offenders, including Bryson, as men in social media posts. It's not hateful to say that men are men and women are women. But apparently, if you are a man that identifies as being a woman, it's considered hate speech to say that that's a man. Biologically speaking, scientifically speaking, and actual just common sense and rationale would dictate that you're a man. That's not hateful. It's not discrimination. And I'm glad that she was cleared of breaching any of these hate crime laws, because it's not a crime at all to call a biological man that identifies as being a woman a man. Ah, boy, oh boy. Writing on social media platform X in April, Rowling wrote, lovely Scottish lass and convicted double R-wordist Ilsa Bryson found his true, authentic female self shortly before he was due to be sentenced. Misgendering is hate, so respect Ilsa's pronouns, please. That's why J.K. Rowling used the pronouns, the incorrect ones, in her post, but nevertheless, Bryson sparked political uproar when held in Cornton Valley women's jail before moving to an all-male HMP Edinburgh. I wonder why he got put in the women's jail in the first place. Oh, I identify as a woman. Sure, mate. By all means, we'll put you with the women. You're a double R-wordist. Doesn't matter. Let's put the female inmates' lives in jeopardy. The case fueled outrage over the gender recognition reform, Scotland bill, and recording of sex and gender. It had also contributed to the resignation of Nicola Sturgeon last year. Thank God for that. The former First Minister was unable to say if Bryson was a man or a woman. That's a problem. Big time problem, in case you weren't already aware. The R-word is now in Glenorchill Jail. Man, they got some strange names for jails over in the UK. But anyway, weighed in on the Ruddell Wadhawa debate. The trans woman who ran Edinburgh's sexual violence support service, Wadhawa, quit. Wadhawa. Oh, I'm terrible. Anyway, Edinburgh R-Wordist Crisis Centre in September after a R-Word Crisis Scotland report found she did not understand the limits of her authority and R-Word survivors were not being prioritised and single-sex services not protected. Wadhawa said those wanting single-sex care were bigoted. It's clearly answered at everything, people. You're bigoted. You're narrow-minded. I'm narrow-minded because science says it's not going to change your biology. You can't change that. Bryson said She had every right to work there. She is a woman. Bryson was jailed for 8 years for R-wording 2 women. Why in the world has this person even got a platform to say any of this stuff when he's a convicted R-wordist? Prison guidance then said trans criminals should be sent to the jail that matched their self-identified gender prior to conviction. It emerged Police Scotland considered logging Bryson as female on the sex offenders registry. Damn. Bryson said they should log me as a woman. I am a woman with boobs. Clearly that makes you a woman, mate. Sure. The R-wordist said moving from Cornton Valley had let him meet men. Last July, we told of his relationship with Jason King, 46, jailed for sex abuse and drug offenses. Bryson said, I was annoyed when they removed me, but I would never have met Jason King. I still love and miss him. Oh, boy, oh, boy. Bryson was convicted in January 2023 of R-wording 2 women, one in Clydebank in 2016 and another in Drumchapel in 2019, well known as Graham. But alas, people, Jason King is his man because, hey, Graham identifies now as Ilsa. So, Jason King, you're apparently dating a woman. Not. But anyway, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The vicious attack that this biological dude decided to unleash from his prison cell, all because he doesn't like what J.K. Rowling is saying. Never thought that I would see a day like this, but here we are. It's a lot of fun, isn't it? Anyway, my friends, you guys take care. Be blessed. And hopefully sanity is put back in its place once more. You guys take care. Be blessed. And I'll see you all in the next video.